and welcome to Finextra. I'm Emily Horler and I'm here with Ruth Wandhöfer of Citi, and we're at Cybos 2016 in Geneva. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Emily.
How does PSD2 benefit the banks?
Great question. So a regulator would say probably that PSD is all about consumer protection and also about competition. A lot of new services are entering the market, new providers can play. At the same time, of course, whilst banks have to absorb more compliance and be looking at those detailed rules which are also outside the access rules, I think there is a lot of opportunity for banks, particularly in the retail space, to also consider offering new types of account information services or payment initiation services. So what third parties can do, banks can also do in terms of being allowed to provide services. We think we're moving towards a more technology innovative environment, use of APIs, more interesting customer services. So I think it is a great opportunity for banks to explore that at this point.
And are the technology platforms and providers a threat to banks when it comes to PSD2, or can the two work together?
There's been a lot of discussion since the proposal came out in 2013 about security and access to accounts, and the question whether these new providers are therefore threatening security and enhancing cyber risk. I think, given that both banks and third parties can provide those services, and given the European Banking Authority's role in specifying security regulatory technical standards on authentication, for example, we're starting to see with these proposals that came out in summer that there's a much more detail now as to how security can be ensured, and therefore I think it's both a case of collaboration in some instances or competition in the market, but the outcome should not increase security in any meaningful way. It should be something that we can balance out.
What impact will PSD2 have on real-time payments?
I would almost ask what impact would real-time payments have on PSD2. Of course, as you know, the market is working towards a SEPA real-time payment infrastructure, which is supposed to be launched next year. So these things are all in progress. PSD2, when it comes to these new services being introduced, one area of account information services would already be real-time, but it's not a payment process. The payment initiation side, again, is the beginning of a transaction, so that would happen real-time. And the interesting piece would be if we deliver the real-time capability with SEPA, so not only faster payments in the UK, but pan-European for Europe real-time, we would have an end-to-end faster process of not only initiating a transaction, but also settling it. And as I said, banks are also looking at the initiation piece, because now they could also decide to access accounts of their clients in other banks, just like third parties could do. So I think we will see interesting movements on that front, but I think these two aspects reinforce each other. The idea is that we are moving to a faster paced environment, and security and controls and monitoring will become more important in the future in that context.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Thank you for watching.